Hello, hello! So, it's that time again for some questions on costumes. Welcome back to the Outfits of Doctor Who quiz, and today we'll be doing a round on the Moffat-era Doctors. So that'll be the 11th Doctor and the 12th Doctor. So I really hope you enjoy it. This is personally one of my favourite rounds, and I think you guys will find this one slightly easier than the previous ones, because I know there have been some stinkers of questions. Terribly sorry about that. As always, make sure you have a piece of paper beside you with a pen or a pencil, or you can use a notepad, or you can just use your phone, or just say the answers out loud. I mean, we're not going to hear you, but you'll know the answers eventually. You just have to wait to the other half of the video. Naturally, you'll have 5 seconds from the moment I've finished reading out the question to write it down, or for those that require multiple answers, you'll have 15 seconds. But, of course, feel free to pause the video at any time that you want. Let's get going. Round 1, or should I say segment 1 of round 3, will be on the 11th Doctor. Let's go. Question 1. Who were the 3 lead costume designers for series 5, 6 and 7? So you'll have 15 seconds for this one. Question 2. Where did the 11th Doctor acquire his costume in the 11th hour? Question 3. In 2010, the Telegraph reported that sales of what piece of formal clothing item had skyrocketed, possibly due to association with Doctor Who? Question 4. Starting with the Bells of St. John, the 11th Doctor had a brand new purple coat. But in the specials Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor, he wears a changed version of the coat. What precisely is different about it? Question 5. In Series 6, the Doctor starts wearing a particular type of hat. What type is it? Question 6. Throughout his tenure, the Doctor wore 3 tweed jackets, each one a different kind of tweed. What kinds were they? And that's our question set for the 11th Doctor done. Let us now move on to the 12th Doctor. Question 7. Who were the lead 3 costume designers for series 8, 9 and 10? And the little hint here is that there is some overlap between 7 and 8. In Time Heist, what does the Doctor specifically say about his new costume to the teller? You'll have 15 seconds for this one. Question 9. The Doctor's Holes jumper was an item of clothing owned by Peter Capaldi himself. But what brand is it from, and what episode did it first appear? What was the last episode in which the 12th Doctor was seen wearing a hoodie? Question 11. The 12th Doctor started wearing velvet coats in which episode? And finally, question 12. The 12th Doctor wore a ring throughout his tenure. But what hand did he wear it on? And there we have it. That's our entire quiz on the Steven Moffat era. And of course, Your answers will be coming up very soon, but firstly, let's have a look at today's highlighted fundraiser. Today's highlighted fundraiser is the Young Minds fundraiser. George Sheard, aka Ace Creeper, is doing an absolutely gargantuan 12-hour livestream this Saturday, and is going to be furiously epic, all for the benefit of raising money for the Young Minds charity. Naturally, the topic of mental health is all around, especially because of the Lock-D and the effect that it has had, and Young Minds supports children, young people and teenagers all around the UK who have had mental health issues, and helps them get through in any way they can. In George's own words on the fundraiser page, it funds more accessible support both digitally and in person, while trying to open up the conversation around mental health to a wider audience. The fundraiser itself has reached over £1,000, which is absolutely phenomenal, and is gunning for a target of 1,500, so let us please help it get up there, which I know it can. It is a phenomenal event on Saturday for a phenomenal cause. Please feel free to tune in to him and support the live stream in any way you can, and support the fundraiser because it is just astounding. And also, throughout those 12 hours, there'll be plenty of entertainment, including 4 o'clock will be the audio drama hour, and for those who are fans of DW 2012, there'll be an exclusive premiere of a new audio adventure featuring the Purple Doctor and Megan. All the donation and information links are in the video description and pinned comment. Now, back to the quiz for the answers. Right, Mundo, let's have a look at some answers. Let's go from the 11th Doctor, naturally. Who were the 3 lead costume designers for series 5, 6 and 7? And the answers would be Ray Holman, who did the designing for series 5, Barbara Kidd, who did the designing for series 6, and Howard Burden, who did the designing for series 7. Question 2. Where did the 11th Doctor acquire his costume in the 11th hour? And the answer would be simply a hospital. Remember all that big old scene before he goes and faces the Atraxi. It's iconic. Question 3. In 2010, the Telegraph reported that the sales of what piece of formal clothing item had skyrocketed, possibly due to association with Doctor Who. Now, naturally, it's gotta be the bow tie, because bow ties are cool. Or at least they were certainly cool in 2010. Question 4. Starting with the Bells of St. John, the 11th Doctor had a new purple coat, but in the specials Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor, he wears a changed version of the coat. So what is different? Well, in Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor, there was no top pocket. Simple as that. If you really look, it doesn't have a top pocket. That's really weird and really different. I don't know why they changed that, but they did. It was curious. It means on most cosplay replicas, especially those made by Abishot, they have the top pocket. So, yeah, it's an odd design choice, but I ain't complaining. It's a little thing. Question 5. In Series 6, the Doctor starts wearing a particular type of hat. What type is it? And naturally, that would be a Stetson, because Stetsons are cool. First seen in The Impossible Astronaut. Question 6. Throughout his tenure, the Doctor wore 3 tweed jackets, each one a different kind of tweed. What were they? So each kind of tweed, as listed by me, would be 1. Donegal. So that was the first one seen, and that was seen in the first 2 episodes of Series 5, and then it was switched out for the Harris tweed from Victory of the Daleks to Flesh and Stone, in which it got stolen by the Reaping Angels. And then for the rest of Series 5 he had the Donegal again, and then for Series 6 he switched over to the Shetland. So it'll be Donegal, Harris and Shetland. Now let's move on to the 12th Doctor. Question 7. Who were the 3 lead costume designers of Series 8, 9 and 10? So that would be Howard Burden for Series 8, following on from Series 7. Ray Holman, he returns for Series 9. And then Helena Bauer for Series 10. In Time Heist, what does the Doctor specifically say about his new costume to the teller? If you have the words magician and minimalism, that counts as a point. You can have that. The next question. The Doctor's Hulls jumper was an item of clothing owned by Peter Capaldi himself, but what brand is it, and what episode was it from? Which episode did it first appear, I should say. The answer would be Paul Smith. And listen, what was the last episode in which the 12th Doctor was seen wearing a hoodie? The answer, World Enough and Time. in a very short scene as well. You just see him in the distance walking up with Bill, and he's wearing the Holes jumper and the hoodie, so it really counts as the last appearance for both of those costume sides. The 12th Doctor started wearing velvet coats in which episode? That would be Face the Raven, which would be the debut of his red velvet coat. Spectacular, isn't it? Followed on by his black velvet Crombie in Return of Dr. Mysterio, then his black velvet frock coat in the pilot, and then his navy blue velvet in World Enough in Time. And finally, the 12th Doctor wore a ring throughout his tenure, but what hand did he wear it on? And the answer is his left hand, as it was a cover for Peter Capaldi's own wedding ring. And there we have it. That is our Moffat era quiz done and dusted. So next time, we have one more era to go, and then we'll be done. So, of course, it's going to be the Chibnall era, where we'll be covering the 13th Doctor and the Fugitive Doctor. So, hopefully see you then. Bye!